One of the primary goals of the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center Library and Archive was to do outreach to the Pueblo communities. And so this one here at Acoma was one of the projects that we helped assist with. Then both Catherine and I came out here and we helped teach Melvin and Stephanie what information to collect from the map, where to find that information, such as the publisher, the year.
What we did was we encapsulated every single map. After determining first whether if it was a copy, if there were multiple copies, if we needed them, we kept it. If it was something that we had more than one copy of that we didn't need, we put it aside.
The maps basically are from the years 1940 through 1970, but we do have copies of historic maps. And now the maps are all encapsulated. They're downstairs in our collections room, which is environmentally controlled. It's a continuous project. You know, like I said, we're on staff of 2, and when we have time, we jump on it and we hustle and we move on to other things. But it would be, like I said, it would be great to invite the community in, that Acoma tribal members come in, and you know, this is their place, and so it'd be nice to have them, you know, come over often.
Welcome to Zuni and to the Zuni Tribal Council Chambers. Taking off, as you know, we've encountered a situation where you know, we had a need for such a program.
Ms. Hui came in the picture, and so I was given the task to work with her. We got her on as a contracted person to come take care of our documents.
I asked them, I said, what do you want me to do? What do you want out of this? And they said, well, we want to be able to find information and to retrieve it, and have you set it up in a way that we can go in there and retrieve it. There's a little prop on the door, but this is where the collection is. And if you want to see the before pictures, what I saw when I first came on board, I like the way Dr. Diaz put it. She said, an extremely jumbled set of records was how she put it. How Dr. Diaz came into the picture was I had attended one of the archives workshops at the Cultural Center, so I introduced myself to her and I said, well, you know, this is what I'm doing. And she said, well, if you ever need my help, call me, contact me. And I was like, okay. And then one day I was trying to organize all that mess, and I just sat here for a while and I said, I need help. So I contacted her, and from then we started working together. And then I think like a couple of months later, she organized a work day for her with her volunteers. So about 11 of them came and they emptied out everything. They emptied out the whole room. And we have our conference room next door. We put everything in there, and they organized everything by administrations, and that's how it is now.
Currently, I'm helping Miss Cordelia Hui out on the Library and Archives project. I mostly focus on the current administration's files. I asked her for help. How should I do this? And she came out, took a look at what I was doing. We figured out that we were filing in a similar manner and came together, and we decided that we would meet somewhere in the middle. She's coming from the past with more of the historical documents, and as I mentioned, I'm working on more of the present day documents, and we're trying to get the collection into shape. That way we can preserve this all for the future generations.
So that was the biggest impact. Now that it's all organized, I can actually come in here and find things, and which is like, their requests have been like every day, and they come in, they're like, do you know where this is, or have you come across this, or do you know, can you find this? So that's been the biggest impact, is being able to find stuff.
I'm excited for our community members, our tribal members, to come here and use the library and archives as a resource. I'm excited for Leo and Rachel and our museum team to be able to have space to do their research. I'm excited for artists and potters who might want to go downstairs and look at designs and photos of the past. I'm excited for the space to be used to bring life to the old permanent exhibit. That 8,000 square feet is getting renovated, and it's going to have a new purpose. I'm excited to see students down there doing research requests, seniors in high school excited about what the future has in store, but accessing information of the past.
Big hopes for the future is to figure out how to take what we're learning now so that way we can share the education and the important governmental files that we have now with the future.
It's important to have these type of objects here for future generations because they're things that may not exist anymore that someone wants to revitalize. And what better way to do that by looking at an actual object, studying that object, learning from that piece how to recreate something that's vital to your culture.